What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another COD Warzone tips video, one that I haven't done in a little while. I'm going to try and give you guys some tips that I've never given you before in this game mode, and it's going to be specifically geared towards solos, winning more solo gunfights, winning more solo games, and just winning and doing a lot better in general if you're playing alone. Now guys, if you could drop a like on this video, we're going to go for 1,500. That would be amazing if we could actually hit it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. We're super close to 600,000. And I gotta thank every single one of you guys. You're amazing, and let me know down in the comments below if you guys play more solos, more trios, or more quads. I want to know which game mode is the most popular between you guys, so let me know. I play a lot more solos than anything else, and I don't know, I just like playing alone. I like it, and sometimes I go into solo trios and stuff. It's fun to do. But let's get into the first tip here. The first one is a very easy one, and actually before we get into this tip, I just want to say, guys, some of these tips may seem very basic to you. Some of these tips may be like something that you already know, but I want you guys to understand that I make this video for so many different people. Like, I always get comments, oh, I already knew all these tips, or wow, I didn't know any of these tips, and it's always different. There's always a controversy going on, and I want to say this video is for people who are super good at the game and people who are also brand new at the game. This is for all of you guys. So if there is a tip that you guys already know about on here, don't be alarmed. There might be some that other people just never heard in their entire life. So let's get into that. With that being said, tip number one is to always drop in hotspots. This is really good because when you drop in a hotspot, you increase your chances of getting great loot, you increase your chances of getting more kills, but most importantly, you increase your chances on picking up a lot more money, especially from the kills that you end up getting in those areas. Now, a lot of people are actually scared to drop in hotspots and they go and drop somewhere alone when playing solos, which is completely understandable, but you have to know that it's the first few seconds of the game. Chances are you're dropping with someone with a lower skill level than you anyways, so go ahead, try and get them out and do what you gotta do. And if you actually do go down and you go to the gulag and you go down again, don't worry, you only wasted 2 minutes in the entire game and you could go ahead and try again. This is really good because you'll always get a lot more stuff when you drop in those areas. Moving on to the second tip, I want to say, guys, man, you should never loot after you actually have your loadout drop and you're pretty much set for the game. When you do this, you actually end up wasting a lot of time and way too much time in one certain area of the map when you could actually be out there killing a bunch of people, making the game a lot easier for the final circle and all that kind of stuff. And if you stay in one area too long, chances are someone who has a UAV up could end up killing you a lot faster. You'll end up dying in that area, and it's just not worth it. Once you actually get your loadout drop, you're set. You should have enough ammo and stuff, so just move on and try to get more kills. More kills equals more money, so you guys can buy a lot more stuff with the kills that you get. Now make sure to be the hunter, not the hunted. That brings us to tip number 3 here, and what I mean by this is you never want to be the guy getting chased. Always chase after people, and if you can, don't even let them know that you're near them whatsoever. And this way, once you'll actually get a load of kills, you'll actually be doing really damn good, and you'll always be able to go and buy a whole bunch of stuff. You'll be able to do a whole bunch of things. You'll always be picking up money. You'll always be picking up more ammo, more armor, every single person you kill, and you don't have to waste that time looting. Like I said in tip number 2, these two go together. So make sure you guys are always the hunter and not the hunted. You're probably, when you're getting hunted, chances are this guy's good. He knows where you are. He knows where you're going. He's gonna get you. So always be the hunter. Going down to tip number 4, and this is when it comes to using money in the game. Now, a lot of people, they just collect their money, they hoard their money, and they end up getting like $20,000 just holding on to it, not doing anything with it at all. But the best thing to do is buy UAV after UAV. Buy one, call it in the second you buy it, and then buy another one at that exact same buy station and hold on to it. And then once you actually see all those enemies appearing on the mini-map, go ahead and chase them. Go ahead and try to get them out. Use a vehicle to actually catch up to them if you have to, and if you have a trophy system on you, always throw that trophy system on top of the vehicle so they can't see for you and sneakily kill you like that. So trust me, guys, get those UAVs. That's gonna help you be the hunter and stuff, and you always want to get one after the other so you can always know where people are. Now, unlike other modes where you could actually rely on your teammates a lot more often, when you're playing solo, you always want to have a heartbeat sensor and ghost on your class. This brings us to tip number 5, which is to always have those 2 items. Now, you definitely want these because a lot more people are camping in this game mode. A lot of people just, when you're playing solos, there is literally just campers everywhere. I get comments all the time of people saying there's always campers, they always die to campers and stuff. And one way to actually go against this is to have ghosts. So if they call in UAV, these, they don't see you coming, but to also have a heartbeat sensor and always, like literally always have it, so you guys could be using it, seeing where they're at if they're not using ghosts and stuff like that, and you could catch them off guard. You don't want to be the one caught off guard by some dude sitting in the corner of a building. So make sure when you're playing solos to always have those. So if you're playing trios, you don't really need the heartbeat sensor. Get someone else on your team to hold on to one and just go chase people that way. But in solos, yeah, you want it. Now, the second you guys have enough money, and this brings us to tip number 6, you want to make sure that you get that loadout drop. The second you have the $10,000 that it costs to get, go ahead and get it. And the reason for this is you could always be a step ahead of the enemies by being more prepared for the gunfights coming up. Let's say you land in that hot drop, like I said. It could be Superstore. You guys could collect a whole bunch of money there, and within 2 minutes of the game, after killing a few people, collecting all the money on the ground and stuff, you have that 10K. You will be way more prepared. You could start killing everyone else within Superstar with your loadout, with your custom loadout. Whereas if they get a Uzi off the ground or something like that, and you have your set up MP5 class setup or something, you'll be dropping them in seconds. So make sure the second you have enough money, you always do that. Now let's go on to tip number 7, and I don't really want to talk about this because some people may hate me for this and tell me to off myself and stuff like that, but I truly, honest to God, believe the contracts are useless. They just suck. I've said this 100 times, I've said it in so many of my tip videos, and I'll keep saying it. The only contract that I think is semi-useful is the bounty contract if you guys are hungry for kills, or if you need a single man UAV up for a little while, which could last like 3 minutes, just so you could keep an eye on that guy. The other contracts, honestly, like scavenger and stuff, they literally just waste time. Recon just wastes time. You get to see the circle, but if you're always moving and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about that. You'll never be stuck in the storm. They distract you and they force you to go into open areas where camping enemies could easily kill you. They're just not worth it, man. I don't like doing contracts, and if you're one of those people who all you do is contracts, I mean, props to you and stuff, but I'd rather be out there practicing my killing and stuff and hopefully do really good, and in the final circle I'm already warmed up and I'll be able to get to people easily. Contracts, they're just way too distracting for me. Now always make sure, tip number 8 here, always make sure to have a weapon with the lowest recoil possible. Now this one might seem obvious, but a lot of people are still using weapons that just don't do good at distance whatsoever, and this could, like, if someone's using an AK-47 at long distance, you're not using it right. What you want to use is like the M13, the Kilo, and obviously the Grau. These are probably the best guns for accuracy, and these guns are amazing, and trust me, you'll barely be missing any bullets at distance, which is super important, and they have pretty nice iron sights, so you could focus more on attachments that actually control the recoil and the kick of this weapon. Now, it's super important in a game mode like Warzone where it's set to 250 health. You don't want to be using a gun that kicks a lot and you miss most of your bullets. I also highly recommend at close range you use the MP5 or the MP7. Those are great guns for those ranges. Now let's move on to another one right here. Let's say you come back from the gulag and you land somewhere else. That is not something smart. You don't land where you recently died. That's not smart. There's nothing worse than coming back into the final circles with nothing but a pistol, no money, no armor, nothing. That just sucks. So make sure to always land on your loot. You can float up in the sky for a little bit, make sure the guy who killed you isn't in that area anymore, and go pick up your loot. Chances are, yeah, the enemy who killed you, he has your money and all that kind of stuff, but he probably left some ammo behind. He left your weapons behind most likely because he's already happy with his. So then you could go back and get them, and from here you guys could actually choose if you want to hunt him or if you just want to move on in the game and start killing a bunch of other people. So that's up to you, but I highly recommend always land back at your loot. Now for tip number 10, this one's kind of controversial. You could actually choose to do it or not. I highly recommend you do it because everyone complains about this, and that is to just let the campers camp. That you don't even chase them. Let's say you're running around, you see a building, you know there's a guy in that building, then you know there's chances that he probably has claymores and other sorts of traps on the ground. Don't even bother with him. Just let him stay there. Just go on your way. Chances are this guy will not chase you whatsoever because he's probably already super happy in his little favorite camping spot where he gets 1 kill a game, comes in 15th, and then wonders why he dies to some kid out in the open. Just let them camp. It's not worth it. If you run into that building, you get hit by a claymore, you're really weak, you're 2 shots away from dying, it's going to be a very easy gunfight for this guy. But nonetheless, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How many wins do you guys have? How many solo wins do you guys have in Warzone? Let me know that down in the comments below. Drop a like I said, we're going to go for 1500, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here with those notifications turned on. We're so close to 600k, so I want to thank literally every single one of you. It's been crazy this past few months, so thank you guys so much for that. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.